What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Kirby Superstar. Today we're going to be taking on Dynablade and possibly Gourmet Race. Hey, yeah. No, you do not need to teach me how to copy. I just said no. You already taught me how to copy. That's like a thing in every game, except for Revenge of Meta Knight. I don't think they go over it in Meta Knight. They also don't go over it in Milky Way Wishes exactly the same way. Because Milky Way Wish is a little bit different. We'll get to that when, when we unlock it. So, something that I didn't address in the last episode, and I really didn't mean to just completely skip it altogether, but, with being frustrated with the first game that I wanted to record, basically just crashing in the middle, and then having to, do a soft reset, losing all that progress, I was like, fuck. But, as I'm sure you've probably noticed by now, the face cam gone. And that was something that I intended to talk about in the update, and I think I didn't talk about it, so if I didn't talk about it, I want to talk about it now. It was a bit of a decision to initially even go with the face cam, and honestly, I don't see where it made much of a difference as far as making the content more appealing. And if it did, and you missed the face cam, please let me know. But for the most part, I don't see where it was a benefit, and it made, file sizes larger. It was one more step that I had to go through to record all together. And, it's not an inconvenience, but it was something that, just took more preparation for. Like, gotta make sure the lighting is set up properly, which, now that I'm in, like, an actual, like, office area, lighting is pretty static. Like, I've got lighting set up and it doesn't get changed, based on, like, is it daytime or nighttime outside, or do I have to move this light, to, like, break everything down and put stuff up for the night. Pretty much everything stays in the same place all the time. I'll take this. This is pretty much the only time we're gonna see it. Get in my pot! Not that I really need the tomatoes, because I got full health anyway. But, anyway, like I was saying, now that I'm in, a static area all the time, instead of a dynamic setting, the lighting wasn't much of an issue, but I had to have the light on. And sometimes I just don't even feel like being on facecam, which, I either just don't record, or I'm like, it's not really that big of a deal, never mind. But, like I said, it makes file sizes bigger. It's one more thing that has to be prepped for, with the lighting. Make sure the angle's good, because sometimes, like, when my desk gets wiped down, it'll get some stuff will get rearranged. Like, I did a stream over on Universal Nerd and realized about 15 minutes into the stream that the mic wasn't on. Somehow the mic had gotten muted. And I gotta chalk it up to, you know, area was getting cleaned and, you know, the duster or whatever just happened to go across the mixer and turn down the microphone. Honest mistake. Hey, it happens. No big deal. But on the other end of that, you know, occasionally the tripod that holds the face cam would get nudged, and, you know, you got to do some readjusting and make sure it's focused. Biospark, get out of the way! But, yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned in the update that I had intentions of removing the face cam. But if I didn't talk about it, now I've talked about it. Like I said, if you miss it, let me know in the comments, and it'll definitely be put back on consideration to come back. Another thing is the backdrop. I'm not 100% sure if I am satisfied with this one yet, but more than likely these blue hexagons, honeycomb shapes, whatever you want to call them, is going to be like my regular style background for games that don't take up the full screen in the future. So, like, take Kirby for example. The SNES was a standard definition 480, you know, 480 resolution. So I can make it take up the whole screen by stretching it out, but then it's gonna look funny, and you know, it just makes everything look odd. Which I know some people aren't gonna even notice or care, but on some games, like this game, it won't be that big of a deal, but on some games, there is definitely a bit of distortion that happens. So to avoid that, you know, fill in the letterboxing with a background, put a nice border around the actual gameplay. I'm still working on it. Like I said, this design is kind of like a last-minute thing. I like it, but there could be some changes in the future, maybe. Let's see, what else? Oh, you'll also notice that this background is also present in the thumbnails now. And I think it looks good for thumbnails. I'll be completely honest about it. On the whole background border thing and using a static image for thumbnails, kind of borrowing the idea from Game Grumps. They do that, and you know, it's easily recognizable as, you know, it's one of their videos. And this is Plasma. It's one of my favorite abilities. The more you move back and forth with the directions, you can charge it up, and like, this is a regular static thing. There's an arrow. There's a little spark ball. Bigger arrow. And finally, you get a shield here. You kind of go Super Saiyan. And I'll shoot out a spark ball to my left, but also like a shield backdraft will come out to my right. Like so. So Spark is pretty cool, or Plasma is pretty cool. Woo! I almost walked right into that. And Plasma is even cooler when you're playing as player 2. Because, I mean, you're just a gaseous ball. You just float around. I don't need any of that crap. Anyway, that's basically the whole spiel on there's no face cam anymore, and I'm going to start doing some more recognizable and static thumbnails. And like I said, I'm giving credit to Game Grumps for inspiring this change. I got a couple other ideas that I haven't implemented yet, but I intend to. Just to be completely honest, there wasn't time. Because, like I said in the first episode, this is not the game that I intended to play. I've recorded about 20 minutes into a game, can't be saved, and lost all my progress because it froze. And I had to soft reset. And I got pissed off. And basically I was like, I'm not playing the first 20-something minutes of that game again. You know, back to back like that. And honestly, I didn't want to play this game right away either, but this is a game that I know that I don't have to practice at. And I know it pretty well, so it's I can easily talk and play the game at the same time, which is not a requirement, obviously, but oh no, I want stone. Stone. But yeah, like I was saying, it's not a requirement to have to. Yeah, this is like a really rare statue. Just let that sit there for a second. It's not a requirement to be able to talk and play the game well for me to want to pick a game, but as frustrated as I was, I just wanted something that I knew well enough that I didn't have to think about it, so to speak. Damn it, Gim! I'm gonna need this. Arise, chicken. Chicken, arise. If you know what that's from, probably had a decent childhood. And maybe with some slightly irresponsible parents. Oh, what else? What else? I guess I didn't need to hold on to the fire the whole time, because it gives you fire right there at the cannon. Whatever. I always found it odd that they give you all that food to Metamatoes there. Easy secret. Most pointless ability in the whole game for player 1. Copy. It lets you do exactly what Kirby is intended to do. Steal an ability from something else. Damn it, sword guy. I want to hold on to this crash. It's gonna make the final boss fight really easy. Anyway, what was I talking about? I really don't remember. Thanks, Leo. You're actually a pretty halfway decent helper. Woo! I'm gonna let Leo take care of these guys. Well, maybe not. I'm gonna let Chili take care of these guys, hopefully as much as he can. Dude, what are you doing? Do some damage. Man. I hate to use Crash for such a little bit of damage. Damn, that sucks. Oh well. Yeah, you can freeze now. Goodbye. If I could have held on to Crash until the Dynablade fight, that would be fucking awesome. Unfortunately, Crash is not an ability that you can get from the statues. I think I'm gonna go with the yo-yo. But I want to have a sweet ride. Oh, hey! Yo, it's Crash! The hell with that? I didn't know Crash was in that room. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Hell no, we don't want none of that shit. We got Crash. This is gonna be so easy. Oh, shit. That's not an instant kill? You can let me go now. That still wasn't too bad. And there is definitely time for us to do Gourmet Race. Oh, one more thing about the face cam. I will still have face cam during streams, more than likely. Because I feel like during streaming, it's a little more of an intimate experience if there's a face cam involved. Because you get to see the emotions right there. And you know, that same theory can be applied to regular Let's Plays, but I guess because it's not such a long-term thing, because, at least not for me, because I record episode to episode. I used to use the method where, you know, I just recorded for 2 or 3 hours and then cut the episodes in 30-minute sections from there. But now I, you know, go 30 minutes or an hour, stop, stop the recording, start the recording, and then go again. But sometimes when I stop, I'm just done, you know, until the next day. So I guess with streaming, it's a little more, you know, beneficial to have the cam, because when you do like a rage thing, it doesn't go away immediately. It could stick with you for like the next 2 hours. Haha! Fuck you, DDD. Whereas if I'm doing a regular episodic recording, if I get mad, I might walk away. Dude, he is kicking my ass on this one. Oh, he beat me. But I still think I'll take home the overall win. Had a little too much momentum there. But, yeah, like I said, I'll more than likely keep the face cam for streaming when I do start streaming again. I swear it seems like every time I'm like, alright, I'm good to start streaming, something else happens. Like, this was gonna be my week to come back and start streaming, and now on Thursday I have to take an emergency trip that I haven't prepared for. So now I have to record a whole bunch of stuff in preparation for that to go up while I'm gone. And yeah, there's just no way to even think about streaming. We got a few more minutes. Let's show off Megaton Punch. There's really nothing to it, it's just a quick time event thing. Well, I clearly won. I usually let the opponent go first, so I know what my competition is like. Plus, their activations can throw off my activations. But I'm pretty consistent with mine, staying around like the 180 mark. If you get all 3 perfect things, you split the planet in half. It's fucking cool. Also, you got like Mario and Luigi and Toad in the background. Dang it, off. Oh, that one was perfect though. Not that it matters because the other 2 weren't, but that's a Megaton Punch, and I guess we can show off Samurai Kirby now. Samurai Kirby. Let's just go with beginner. These don't actually count towards unlocking anything. So, like, you have to beat 2 games to unlock Revenge of Meta Knight. If you do Megaton Punch and Samurai Kirby, you're not going to unlock Meta Knight. It has to be 2 of the main games. Gourmet Race, though, does count as a main game. You got pied in the face, dude! Oh! He got me. I don't know if I've ever made it past DDD. Well, no, I think after DDD is Meta Knight, and I've never made it past Meta Knight. Anyway, that was Dynablade, Megaton Punch, Gourmet Race, and Samurai Kirby. In the next episode, we will be doing the Great Cave Offensive, which is a really cool take on Kirby. It's like, Kirby has abilities, but you're also treasure hunting, and there's 60 treasures to find. I'm going to try to find them all, but if I miss one, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I mean, I know where the majority of them are, but I don't think I've ever gotten every single one of them without a guide. But we'll see how that goes next time. In the meantime, make sure you check out all the links in the description. Definitely check out my sponsor, Catalyst Mints. Great amounts of energy, great taste, awesome stuff. If you're interested in a Zombie XE t-shirt, or any other merch that I offer, check out the TeePublic store. And as also definitely follow on Twitter. I'm not as active on Facebook as I used to be, just because the community isn't really there. I mean, if you want to follow on Facebook and that starts growing again, then I will definitely put forth more effort into that. But definitely follow on Twitter. Follow me on Stream Me, because that's where my streams are, when they come back. And also subscribe and share it with your friends. With all that said, thank you for watching, and let's stop.